Aeneid, Book 4, lines 280 through 295. This is right after Mercury has visited Aeneas and then disappeared into thin air. And it's Aeneas's plan of what to do, how to follow those instructions. So first we have his reaction, though. We have that his hair, I guess my stylus is making a noise, his hair kind of stood on end in horror, and his voice stuck in his throat. This is the exact same way in Book 2 that he reacts when Creusa's ghost appears to him and tells him to leave Troy. Like it's the same, almost the exact same. I think it is the same exact line. So he burns to depart in a flight, and to leave behind the sweet lands. And the lands aren't sweet; it's Dido who's sweet. So astonished by such a warning and by the command of the gods. All right, so he's like, oh, cripes, I gotta get out of here. So he says, hey, you, alas, what should he do? A little deliberative subjunctive there. With what speech, does he dare to approach the raging queen? This is proleptic because she's not raging yet, because she hasn't found out that he's leaving yet, but when she does find out, she will be. Which first beginnings should he select, right? So what's his approach going to be to her? These are all deliberative subjunctives. I wrote L3 there because that's Latin 3 material. And he divides his mind here. Now, he divides, his swift mind, right? So now he divides his swift mind here, now there, and he seizes in various parts, and he turns it through all options, right? Through everything, all possibilities. Just says omnia, but we have to assume it's something. All the choices. Okay. Then, haec sententia, right? So this sentiment, this opinion, seemed preferable to him wavering, right? To wavering. And he calls Menestheus, Sergestes, and brave Serestes, or Serestus. He calls them imaginary oot, right? He calls them in order to do something. He's the commander. He's calling his lieutenants to do something. So he calls them that they might outfit or make ready the fleet. Silent, right? So these three guys. That's why this noun or this adjective is plural, so that they might silent outfit the fleet and compel the comrades to the shores, right? So call all the sailors, all the Trojans together, he calls them, right, that they might prepare the weapons, or I think the book says tackle, right, their equipment, and in order to, right, and to conceal what cause it is for doing new things, right? So that's the dative there, right, for doing new things, right? So they're like, don't tell anyone why you're doing these things. Do it secretly, right? Which is interesting because later Aeneas says, well, I never tried to do this secretly, when this is literally the command that he's giving to do it secretly. Meanwhile, we have that he himself, since the excellent Dido, the finest Dido, doesn't know and does not hope that such loves to be broken, right? Does not expect such loves to be broken. He decides that he will test approaches, and whatever approaches, right? Whatever he decides may be the kindest, right? So whatever are the kindness for speaking, whatever are the kindest times for speaking, and which method may be correct, may be right for the affairs. All the sailors more swiftly obey the order, happy, and fulfill the orders. So let me do that one more time because there's a lot of subordinate things going on, right? So meanwhile, he decides for himself, since the best Dido does not know and does not expect such loves to be broken, he will test approaches, and whatever times seem the kindest for speaking, what method is correct, is right for the affairs. So he's going to work on that. And then all the happy sailors more swiftly obey the power or the command and fulfill the orders. All right. So there is up through line 295. We'll be back with line 296.